Jai Hind students, this is Vivek and I welcome you all in this class. Children, as you know that we were discussing literature portions, so we shall be doing the same thing. Here I have brought to you Vignit from two chapters in the Kingdom of Fools and Adventures of Toto from Moments, and we shall be discussing MCQs after having recapitulation on Vignits. Children, but before that I'm having some questions which were asked by the students from the previous classes. So let me tell you what these questions are. This first question is from the road not taken. There are five questions in the second question, five sub questions in the second question. The second question is discuss what these phrases mean to you. A yellow wood, grassy wanted wear, passing there, leaves no step. So these questions are there. The fifth one is asked by one of the students. So let me answer that. The fifth question is how way leads on to way. It means that when you go to one road, how do you find some other roads? So it is but natural that whenever you are going through any way on any way, you will find some other lanes. And when you are on other lanes, there you will find some other lanes. Definitely there would be turning. Okay, if you are on main road, it never ends. Yes, there in colonies, some of the roads are blocked or the the passage gets over somewhere. But the main roads are never blocked and it always takes some turns and you find one road to another, and this is the thing. Here in the poem it is described that when we do anything in our life, okay, there we find many different choices, options, okay, and according to the options we make different choices. So this is very simple. For example, if you are going to market to purchase one thing and your eyes fell on something else, and you thought that, oh, I should also purchase this one, but you had not decided before that, you will go for something else. But accidentally, or you may say by chance, you saw it and you made your choices for that. So this is something that is called how way leads to one another, or how way leads on to way, means one road leads to another. Okay, the next question is here about starry stars. Summary: starry means full of stars, but in MCQ answer key it means, here the question is from the rain on the roof. The child is confused why the correct option is not given in the question. So children, it may happen in the examinations as well, or any other examinations you go for. So whenever you take any test, whenever you go for any exam, you must be very much clear with this idea that the correct answer may not be mentioned there, but the most close option should be marked as an answer for the question given in the test. Okay, that is the only way to answer the question if the exact answer is not given in the option. It is done on purpose to check your mind whether you are able to find out the synonyms or similar answers in the given options or not. Okay, doesn't mean that the result, the correct answer is not given. Okay, here the question is that starry spheres refer to the night sky abounding in stars. The child is saying that, sir, abounding in stars is not given in the option. But children, let me tell you that abounding in stars means existing or abundance. Okay, abundance means something which is in large amount. So when the stars are in large amount in the sky, so it is simple that it is full of stars. The sky is full of stars. So there, if you find option that the sky is full of stars, there you can mark it. Okay, next is children, the child has asked me, one of the students asked me that who are darling dreamers in the poem. So in this poem, the rain on the roof, the darling dreamers are children who miss their mothers. Darling dreamers are children who miss their mothers. Because here the fourth option, poets' memories, cannot be, because here the dreamers are the people, those who dream. Okay, so since the the common noun is given in A option, children who miss their mothers are the darling dreamer will be the most appropriate answer. Okay, that's all, children. And those who were seeking for the text of Rain on the Roof, children, there what I have uploaded in the school application is the chapter of the little girl, but there at the bottom of the chapter of the little girl, there the poem is given. You may go through it once again and find the poem. You will be happy to see this, that it is available there. Okay, now let's do the recapitulation. This is quick recapitulation on vignettes, and then we shall go for the MCQs. I hope you would be ready, as it was well informed to you that we shall be practicing these two chapters. And one more poem is left, The Legend of the Northland. It is to be discussed later. Okay, here you are with the vignette. You can see here that this story is titled The Adventure of Toto and written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is a famous writer from India. He is still living in Mussoorie, Uttarakhand, and was born on 19th of May 1934 in Punjab. And his schooling was from Shimla Bishop School, and in 1978 his Hindi film Junoon was quite famous. And Bond's historical novella, children, here novella is a short form of novel. Okay, generally novels are long uh, writing, but here novella is small writing. Okay, piece of writing. And the famous novella which was written by Ruskin Bond is A Flight of Pigeon. He got Sahitya Academy Award in 1932. Our trees still grow in Dehra. He was awarded with Padam Shri in 1999 and Padam Bhushan in 2014. So these are the things which are given in addition. These things generally doesn't come in examination. Generally the name of the writer or the title comes in the examination. So let us see the next thing, theme. The story is based on kind gesture of human beings. Okay, for animals means your view, which is humane, humane, humane for the animals. It is shown in this story. And it is suggested that we must give them a chance. Them means here for animal a chance to live with us, because they need our love and compassion. These are the thing given in the theme. The common characters, if you remember, grandfather who had brought Toto home, grandmother who never liked Toto, a pretty monkey. The monkey was quite pretty, that is why grandmother had brought it. From Tonga driver it was purchased, so it is also a character. Ticket collector is a character. The author and others are there in the characters. Children summary, here Toto is a monkey who was brought by a grandfather, and it was purchased for 5 rupees. It is very important. Questions may come about this amount for what he had given to the Tonga driver to purchase this monkey. Toto was pretty monkey whose eyes sparkled with mischief. So that is why, because he was looking special, grandfather decided to add him into his private zoo. Grandfather was having a private zoo. So this was the thing. And Toto was kept hidden in a little closet. So here this is a closet, a small room or a personal room for rest. Okay, a private room is called closet. So he was kept in closet, which opened in sorry, other bedroom wall. Okay, he was tied, means he was fastened with a peg. Okay, into the wall. Okay, peg, something that you insert in the wall and then hang the things on it. So Toto managed to pull it out somehow, and he was about to rescue from the place, but he was caught there. Okay, on this, the author was surprised and fearful, because he knew that grandmother was of such sort that will never like these things done by Toto or any other animal in the house. But grandfather was relaxed. Whatever Toto had done, actually he had torn the blazer of the author and scratched the wall. So all these things are shown there in the story. Then Toto was kept in a big cage because he was damaging everything. So he was kept in a big cage, and even there he was not staying properly. He was disturbing other animals. So once grandfather was going outside to Saharanpur for his pension, to collect his pension, he decided that since Toto disturbs everyone, I should take him with him. And he took him with him, but unfortunately there happened something. And what was this? That when Toto was there in the bag kept by packed by grandfather, he tried hard to get out of it, and he was successful in it. And on this, ticket collector saw him, and he was frightened to see his teeth, white, purely white teeth. And on this, he was stabbed back, and since he was frightened, he thought that I will charge for this in revenge. So he charged him. Okay, and that was something annoying for grandfather, and he charged 3 rupees as Toto's fare in anger. In anger, children, this is very important. In anger, why did the ticket collector charge money to grandfather for the monkey? So this may happen, become in a question. Okay. Next is finally his presence was revealed in when grandmother, after some time, grandmother was informed or knew that Toto was kept in the home, and he was brought by grandfather. It was disclosed. He was placed in a stable with a pet donkey named Nana. There was a donkey, and Toto was disturbing donkey very much. So these things are given in this summary. Children, it is also mentioned that one day Toto was about to burn himself, boil himself, because he was in habit to copy his master, the writer, and he was also in habit to take use warm water for taking bath. So as his this writer was doing, similarly Toto was doing. So he had learned all the ways how to take bath like a human being. But one day when nobody was there and a bowl was kept there on the stove, he thought that he will get warm water, and he entered in the water and he was about to burn, but luckily he was saved by grandmother. Another important event in this story is that one day a plate was there on the table, and it was full of pulao. Toto went there and took everything in his hand, and went out of the window and ate everything. Grandmother shouted on this, but he was angry on this. How dare grandmother shouted on me? And he threw, means he threatened it. Okay, and when grandmother shouted, a lady came to him in the room, and Toto threw a glass on the lady. On this, everybody in the home was annoyed with Toto. But Toto was mischievous one, so he took the whole plate out of the window and ate everything and crashed the plate. So this incident proved that Toto was not of such animal or pet which should be kept in the home. Let us see the message, children. The story wants to convey the message that we should be friendly towards animal and should care of them. So this is shown that though the animal was mischievous, but grandfather had kept it at home. But when it was quite serious and difficult for him, because Toto was damaging many things in the house, grandfather decided to sell it, and he sold it for 3 rupees. It is given here for 3 rupees here. He sold it for 3 rupees to Tonga driver once again. Okay, so it also comes in the examination. And next is children. Let me start another. Open it. This is in the kingdom of fools. Here you are with the vignette of in the kingdom of fools. So you know very well that this story is written by very famous Indian writer. He is A.K. Ramanujam, who was a poet, scholar, and uh, philologist, folklorist, translator. And these things doesn't come as I told you. So you must remember this. A.K. Ramanujam had written in the kingdom of fools as it is a folk tale. Folk tale is something which is giving a message to us, and it is a popular story. Okay. Next is theme. So theme is wisdom is worshipped everywhere. Definitely, if you have wisdom, means knowledge, it is worshipped everywhere. While foolishness is our greatest enemy. This is the most important thing in this story. That this is the theme. Okay, and this is a humorous story of a foolish king and his minister. These are the important things. I'm just giving you overview on this. The main characters are a guru, mentor, and his disciple, a king and his ministers, a merchant, a thief, bricklayer, mason, a dancing girl, a goldsmith, and others. Okay, so in this story it is shown that there was a thief who had who had broken in a house, means had entered in a house forcefully by making a hole on a wall, and accidentally the whole wall fell upon him and he died there. So the brother or family member went to the king of this kingdom with this case that my brother died while doing his family business. He called it a family business. So this robbery or uh, theft was called family business by his brother, and king accepted it that okay, all right, since he was doing his family business, so please tell me the problem, what had happened then. So he told that due to weak wall, or due to the wall that was made by the owner of the house, my brother died. Why the wall was not made properly? So he blamed the owner of the house, and the owner of the house was a merchant. The merchant started crying because he was summoned by the king, and he was then about to be punished with death. So he started crying and said that, sir, I am not responsible. The person who has made the wall weak is responsible. Then the king, the foolish king, called the person who had made the wall. It was a summon mason, sorry, mason. Okay, who used to make the wall or construction work. Okay, so mason was summoned. Summoned means when you send official letter or order to call somebody, so it is called summon. See, the mason started crying, sir, I am not responsible because there was a dancing girl who was coming and going, means commuting all the day long. So I was disturbed, and that is why I could not make a proper wall. Then the king, foolish king, called or summoned the dancing girl. Dancing girl was called, and she said, sir, please don't punish me with the death, because I'm not responsible for coming and going. There is somebody else. He is a goldsmith who is responsible. Actually, I had given him my anklet for repairing, but he was uh, saying me that please come after some time, next day, tomorrow evening. All these things were going on, and he was just making me move many a time, and that is why I was moving through there. So king summoned the goldsmith, and goldsmith said that, sir, because I was having many orders, that is why I was refusing the dancing girl's order. So he said, who had given you many orders? He said, sir, the merchant. So here the whole story had taken a round, and the king thought that this merchant is a person who should be punished. But the merchant tried to rescue himself, gave his statements. He was giving many reasons that he is not responsible for that and he should not be punished. But the king said, since you have owned all your forefathers' property, so whatever wrong done by your forefathers will come to you. Okay, so he was there given death punishment, but since he was too lean and thin, the king said that he will not be fit on the stake. Stake is a piece of wood those days, in the old days, on which the persons who were accused of any crime were put on it and then they were killed. So since he was very lean and thin, the king said that please call somebody who is quite fatty. So those days there were two person, the king and the disciple, who had entered the kingdom, and they found that the kingdom is strange because all the people in the kingdom were sleeping in the day and working at night. So they were surprised. And another thing that is uh, surprising more than this, that everything in the kingdom was for the cost of one dudu, means a currency in the kingdom. So that was surprising for the guru and the disciple. So disciple was a greedy one, and the guru knew that it is something strange and dangerous. So firstly he was happy, but then he was a bit fearful that such a place where all the people are full must be wrong one day, or I mean has to be wrong one day, because it was for sure for the guru. So he decided to move from there, but the disciple did not move from there and enjoyed everything, and he had grown fat enough. So when, for the case that the king was listening in the court, when a fat man was required for the execution, that disciple who had grown very fat was brought to him and was announced death punishment. And then during death punishment, he was recalling everything that was said by the guru, and the guru came and made his ways to rescue his disciple, and he was successful in that. So this is the story, children. And it is an interesting story. You must go through the lines once again. The story message us that wit and wisdom, here these are the two important words. Wit and wisdom is a powerful tool, definitely. Wit is your intellect, your mind, and wisdom is your knowledge. These are the important things. Moreover, we should avoid company of fools. It is also important thing in the story, children. Okay, so these two things are there. Now we shall go for the MCQs. Whatever we shall be able to go through, we shall do it. Okay, and the remaining MCQs will be done by you on your own. Okay, and the answers will be checked later on. I have provided you. The question is before you. Go through it. We shall be doing these things quickly. Who is the author of this? Quite easy. We have just discussed Ruskin Bond is alive. What is this story about? This story is from The Adventures of Toto. Here it is highlighted. What the story is about? A humor and adventure of a naughty monkey Toto. Habits are not shown there. Love animals, it is correct option. But here A option is the most appropriate. Next is, from where did grandfather buy the monkey? You remember we have just discussed from Tonga driver. Asking the price that grandfather had paid to purchase the monkey. The option is C, 5 rupees. He had purchased for 5 rupees and sold it back because of his mischievousness for 3 rupees, if you remember. Next is, why did grandfather buy the monkey? To have a company? No, he was having many animals to help him. No, to add the collection of animals in his zoo at his zoo. So so there was a zoo at his home, and he wanted some more collections in his house. Okay. Next is, why was Toto kept secretly? Because because grandmother was not with this habit of keeping animals at home, and she always disliked it. Seventh, where was Toto kept? In a cupboard, in the zoo, in the field, in the garden. No, all these options are wrong. Garden, no, it is not correct. Field, no. In the zoo, he was not kept in the zoo directly. For the first, it was kept in a closet. If you remember, just now we have discussed in the beginning, Toto was kept in a closet, in a secret room, in a rest room, in a private room. And then, when he had scratched the wall, torn the pages, and torn the blazer of the writer, so then he was sent to the zoo. Or when he was known to grandmother, when grandmother came to know that monkey was brought there, then he was sent to the zoo. Otherwise, for the first, he was kept in a cupboard, closet. So closet is not given, so you can mark a option, cupboard. Okay. So in the way, children, the main answer way may not be given, but you have to find the most nearest answer. Okay. Next will be, what kind of water did Toto like to take a bath in? Cold water, ice water, snow water, warm water. You remember warm water we have just discussed now. Why did grandfather sell Toto back to its first owner? Because he was missing him? No, they were not well to do with and were unable to afford mischievous. Yes, this mischievous. Toto was mischievous and he was damaging many things. Okay, this is the reason. And this is, at what price did grandfather sell? I told you just now, for 3 rupees. Okay. So children, there are other questions which you are supposed to do on your own. Okay. And answer is also given. Let us see some other questions from in the kingdom of fools. Where does the story speak about? What does the story speak about? Okay, the story is from in the kingdom of fools, and it is speaking about kings kings and their ministers, a kingdom ruled by a foolish king. This is the most appropriate answer. Next is, what kind of story is this? A folk tale, mock tale is nothing here. Humorous, this is humorous, this is not serious. But here a folk tale, because it is giving us a message. Okay. Next is the third question, what does this story throw light upon? A foolish people and the dangers they pose means they make or create. Kings and their ministers always be happy, wise people. A option is the most appropriate. Fourth, what is the theme of this lesson? Foolish people are unpredictable and dangerous. Yes, this is. It was said by Guru, if you remember. It was said by Guru to convince his disciple that we should leave this place immediately, because foolish people are unpredictable and dangerous. So you may not know what will happen next to you. Okay, it was said by the Guru. Next is, why are the people in the kingdom called foolish? Because they follow the ridiculous orders passed by the king, because they listen to their king, because they do silly things, because they are foolish. The question is, why are the people in the kingdom called foolish? here because they follow all the ridiculous orders passed by the king. This can be the most appropriate answer, but you will have to check because they are foolish. This may be option. Okay, here A is so far correct. What is the message of this story? Be wise and stay away from foolish people. It is the most appropriate. Listen to the kings. No. Listen, kings are foolish. No. A option is the most appropriate option. Children, next is, how did the guru save the people of the kingdom? By flattering the king. Yes, he had done this. He, while convincing the king, praised him for the first so that he may listen him, making the king believe that the new stake will bring fortune. It was done by the king, by the guru. Okay, by helping the kingdom getting rid of the foolish king and his silly ministers. It is also he by helping the kingdom getting rid of, means getting rid of means to get rescued, chutkara pana, to the foolish king. So this, all these options are correct. Okay, next is, but you will have to check it. Okay, next is, children, who are the idiots? King and his ministers, people, gurus, or here king and ministers is appearing. What did the king and his ministers decide to change? People, custom, night and day, all. So I think that custom system was to be changed, but system is described here. What sort of system? Custom means here system, traditional things that they were practicing. What sort of thing they wanted to change? It is described here. They wanted, means guru and disciple wanted to change night with day. So if the answer is clearly given, why to opt B option? Let us opt C option. How was the night changed with day? People would work at night and sleep during day by lighting the kingdom, decorating everything. So here A option is the most appropriate option. So children, that's all in today's class. There are many other questions in MCQ form which you are supposed to do on your own. It will help you a lot for your examination. And further we shall be discussing the legend of the Northland. It is actually a legend of the Northland. Actually, every time I am saying the legend of the Northland, please mind it that it is a legend of the Northland. We shall start from that poem, vignette, and questions and answers. And then we shall start another chapter from this very book, the last one, and it is The Happy Prince. That's all in today's class. Have a nice day. Thank you.